Hello, 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 Cancers. How are you guys doing today? Welcome, welcome. So, for those of you that are brand new and watching this recorded, my name is Patty, and I am an intuitive empath, or I have many abilities, but I'm an empath that does intuitive tarot. And I also do intuitive coaching, spiritual coaching, as well as I do life coaching as well. And I do one-on-ones if you like that, one-on-one readings, as well as one-on-one coaching. So, with that said, for those of you that are returning, thank you so very much. And if you've subscribed, I thank you. Thank you. Appreciate the support in my channel. If you haven't subscribed, shared, or liked, you're very welcome to do that at any time, especially if it's resonating with you or if you know somebody it can resonate with. Definitely share, 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 because that's what we're all about, is helping everybody out. All right, so I'm going to get started with the reading. It is from February 15th to the 21st. And there is a only thing happening in that week is the Mercury retrograde is going bye-bye. So if you guys don't know what the Mercury retrograde is, that's fine. However, if you've been living sort of on the edge and anxiety and frustration and feeling kind of a thing, that's the Mercury retrograde. And also the new moon that happened on the 11th, excuse me. So those things are passing and going bye-bye. Yes. Always like to hear that when the Mercury retrograde goes. Anyway, let's get started. So for those that are brand new, I am picking 3 oracles, and the first oracle is for your past, and then your second one is for your current, and third is for your future energies. Now, the past one, Divine has been having me work with making your decisions and choices. Don't ask me why. He's the one that chooses the theme. And so we were working with past decision and choices, and maybe they're not working out right for you. So hopefully the reading will help you with that. All right. So we have the first energy out. Let's get the other 2. Yes. Oh my gosh. So much so. So much so. All right. So our first energy out is the dog. I love dogs. But the dog is loyal, sincere, and has unconditional love, which is very, very hard to obtain in a human body because we always seem to have conditions, expectations. We cannot perceive what the other person might be thinking or what were you thinking? That kind of a thing. And that is what comes into play with art unconditional love. So a lot of that might have to do with your past choices, not maybe understanding somebody else's perception. And the reason why I say that is our current energy is perception. So a lot about communication, a lot about your perception is not the same as somebody else's. So it's really, really important to communicate why or learn how they are thinking so you can have a better, closer relationship. Because when you do that, the future energy is power and strength. It's like when you listen and you hear about power couples, it's because they've learned how to figure each other's mindset out, their brain, that kind of a thing. So if you have been one of those people out there, Cancers, that doesn't take into consideration or stop for a second and understand what the other person's perspective is, this is the time to start. So loyalty is really, really important. Sincerity, those are all things that, of course, a dog has. But we also love a dog because we can trust them. They're faithful. They're usually very loyal because they are stuck to you like they have separation anxiety kind of stuff. So that's a kind of a really important trait because we look at that in the humans as integrity and morals. Where can we be trusted? Where is our integrity? Where are our morals? So that is a past thing. When we can't trust somebody, it has to do with their integrity and morals. And that's spirit based. That is divine based. That's where we talk about when you learn how to make decisions and choices out of your spirit first, not your head. Because our head, if we start here, you're going to end up with a roller coaster life. If you start here from the heart, listen to the intuition, really pay attention to where you're supposed to be going, you're going to have troubles. You're going to have problems. However, it's going to be smoother. Why am I talking about this? Because the first card out is the Tower. Tower means there is something that is going to really, really change for you. Now, is that coming really soon or is that in the future? We won't know here until we find out. But the current energy is perception. So we really want to take into account what. So when I talk about perception, we've got the second card out is the Six of Hearts. We're talking about the heart. So we're talking about not only heart, but our spirit of where things are. So something is changing. This is about loyalty for somebody. This is definitely about loyalty. So either your loyalty got really shooken up in the past, is in the process of really being shooken up, that maybe some information was found out that really is disturbing to you because it really could turn your life upside down. And that has to do with loyalty and unconditional love. And like I tell everybody, this is the love month. This is the human mating season time of the month. And it actually goes from mid-February to early April for those of you. So like people are attracted to each other, that other attraction is happening, that kind of a thing. Yeah. So somebody is going through some really major changes and really trying to work on things to release that energy because we have the devil right on top. And the devil wants us to stay bonded to our old self or old ways of doing things, because if we learn new things and we learn how to communicate, we learn how to grow, we learn how to become unconditional love. We have to become unconditional love in order to receive it. Did you know that? So it's a law of attraction. If you want unconditional love, you've got to be unconditional love. And so for some of you, that may take some work because you may not know how to do that. All right. But that's where the devil wants us to be, because that keeps us in bondage in those low vibrations, those low energies, and that he can keep you there very unhappy, very dissatisfied, very depressed, anxiety, blah, 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 blah. Right. So somebody is working, trying to get out of that. However, he's on your heels. He's on your heels. And he's the one say, you know what? If you talk to somebody and you're like, well, I don't agree with that. He's the one that's saying, yeah, don't agree. Get mad, get angry. Don't pay attention to what they really have to say. Don't listen to that. And that is the bound energy that is happening to somebody, because they're like, screw that, screw them, forget them, whatever. And that's not the energy that really needs to be perceived. It actually needs to be reversed. Because when you do that, then you release that low vibration, and there's nothing that low vibration can do except melt away like Olaf in the summer. All right. So this week of perception is huge, but somebody is working on it. Some other person's like, screw that. I'm not going to forgive him. I'm not going to go that route. Nope. Don't need to. Don't want to. And that can be a pretty strong energy, very strong energy. And, Capricorn or Cancers can be pretty pessimistic, not meaning that it's wrong, because you can change that around. You can see what's wrong, so you can change it around. It's up to you to do that. All right. So let's see what else we have here. Yeah. Okay. Now, don't get mad at the sender. Don't get mad at me. I'm just the conduit, okay? So you guys are sabotaging yourselves. Oh, my goodness. So we've got the devil and the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is in reverse. So he loves where you're at. This low vibration, this energy that is, oh my God, I can just see somebody, their bitterness and anger and frustration and all that kind of stuff is just right there at the top. However, he's happy that you're there, because the Chariot is meant for you to move forward. And for that to happen, it is going to take strength. It is going to take everything that you have in your power, in your being, in this near future, because that's your future energy. It's going to take everything in your being to turn this around. This is a thought process issue. This is a mindset issue. And this is something that you have to really want to do because it is going to take work. It is really going to take work. But if you work really, really hard, look at, he's got a lot accomplished, it will happen. And if you work hard, you release him, who actually is very, very heavy, a very, very heavy energy. And then what happens is you take that energy, he's gone, and you can, oops, he's, yeah, let's turn him upside down. He's gone, and you can actually turn this upright and have a wonderful, wonderful unity, wonderful vibrations, wonderful energy, and things like that. So there's a lot going on. This perception is going to really, you're going to either figure it out or you're not. So, and maybe that's why he had me do at the very beginning of this month, he had me two videos for spiritual growth. One is on communication, and the other one was no communication. If your life is not going right, the communication was last month, is what he had me do. And then we have, if your life's not going right, and then what is love? Is it really love that you're in? And the different levels of love and what they all mean. So this communication, this perception, if you have not seen it and you're not getting it, I don't get it. It's sort of like saying 2 + 2 doesn't match 4. Well, it explains why your thinking process can't get 2 and 2 to match 4. And sometimes when 2 and 2 just doesn't seem to match 4, it'll help you to understand how to communicate better so that you can really understand and get the formula 2 + 2 is 4, right? So that communication video is in the playlist. So if you want to watch that, it's got 2 horse heads, I think. You know me and horses, so you got 2 horse heads facing each other talking. So we have the Knight of Swords. Definitely somebody's looking for the truth, and that's what we should be doing. Oh, I can't make this up here, guys. Somebody's really working hard on the truth. Somebody is really, so maybe somebody has had a past of this problem of being loyal because they didn't tell the truth all the time. Used to be there. That was me. Because I used to be a very good manipulator. I could lie like no tomorrow. Unfortunately, this is not a good way of living. As you can see, it gets you nowhere but trouble, spinning down the drain, flush down the toilet, and your life is just not joyful and happy. But the thing is, from that, if you really listen to yourself and the divine, you can turn your life completely around, because the Knight is all about looking for the truth. He is not going to stop. So if you've got somebody pounding you in your life, or you're pounding somebody about the truth, you are not going to stop until you get it. Because whoever is not being truthful is bound to the devil, is bound to earth, is bound to no spirit whatsoever, because spirit does not like lies. Spirit walks in truth. Spirit is that way. So somebody is either fighting to get the truth, or they need to tell the truth. To tell the truth. That's a good show. Anyway, I can't, and somebody's really working hard at this, because we have a double 8 of Pentacles. They're very powerful. Very, very powerful. When you get a double, that's very powerful. It's like seeing the 1111. And a lot of people ask me about that. And I did an explanation. If you haven't watched the new moon, there's an explanation about 1111 in there. So, and it's actually very interesting and good thing for you. All right. So if you are curious about that, go watch that. All right, so we do need power and strength. Whoever is working through these issues of loyalty, of honesty, this is a turning point for you. This is for somebody who is actually needing to turn their life around. This is a major turning point. You're headed there, but again, really be careful, because even if you go baby steps, now for somebody that, okay, I saw this, thank you. So for somebody, they're actually going to make some progress, and then they're going to slip. I don't know if that's you, or if somebody's coming towards you, you're going to slip. It's sort of like when people that are working their plan for addiction, they have a relapse. So they have a drink, or they have a, smoke, or they have whatever. And then they beat themselves up, and then they say, well, screw it. I just, I had one, so I might as well just keep doing it. That's the wrong attitude. You slipped up. You're human. You make a mistake. Same with like cheating and things like that. What you want to do is say, okay, if it was a one-time thing, oh, that was a big mistake. I need to fess up to it and tell the truth. However, it could change your world, and you have to know that. But you need to walk in the truth, because that burden of carrying that around with you, that secret, for somebody who's carrying a secret, somebody who's carrying things that they shouldn't be carrying around with them, skeletons in the closet, this you need to release so that you can actually change your world completely around. And that does take courage and strength. It really, really does, to come up and say, hey, I messed up, I did it. Because the chance is that that person could walk out of your life. Or the chance is that a lot of the times you can say, wow, I really didn't expect them to be that way. So they stuck it out. Now, if you're a habitual cheater, well, then that's a different story. I'm not going to do that many cards. That's a different story. So you have to sort of look at that and analyze the person of, really, did they screw up, or is this a habit, a habitual habit? That's where loyalty, sincerity, and unconditional love comes in. Because in all reality, most people, they get into the wrong relationships, even though they see the red flags, or they know the red flags are there, but they ignore them. All right, let's see what else. Woo, yep. Oh my gosh. Woohoo. What's she doing here? We're going to have to get clarification on that one. What is she doing here? All right, so I wouldn't expect anything different, because what we have here, we got it all. We got the dark side. So, death. Something has to end. You have to purge an old bad habit. You have to purge a friend, a family member who might be toxic. You have to, if they're not going to change, if this is a habit that they're habitually doing something over and over and over that is destructive, it has to go. That's the only way that you can actually begin the process of healing, to actually open other doors, because right after death is 7 of Cups. Many open doors opening, which you're going to go through. You're going to have a choice there. But what I was asking about, because we have justice, which is, justice is usually legality things, fairness, be in all fairness, that kind of thing. Something is unfair. I'm not quite sure what is unfair. A lot of the times it has to do with a legal thing. However, it could be just something that is unfair at this moment in this time. Life is unfair. Hate to tell you guys, everybody's gonna go through something in their life. You're not immune to it. That is unfair. Whatever it is, whether it's in your work, home, whatever, finances, it's unfair. It's going to happen. So you just have to be resilient enough to stick through whatever it is, or make the choice to say, you know what, not going there. Bye-bye. Whatever it is. This is about the choices of doing that. And maybe that's what this is about, being fair or unfair. And again, thank you. So they're saying fairness is whose perception? Is it your perception of fairness, or is it another person's fairness perception? Whose fairness is it? That wasn't from me. Whoever's around. I always point up because I don't know where they are. I'll know when they're standing behind me, though. But the thing is, that's whose perception. And I think that's what this is about. Fairness and whose perception. Because you're trying to figure something, you're trying to get truth out, and whose truth is it? Who is this for you, or is this for somebody coming to you that you're trying to figure it out? And right, the death card is right in the middle of all this. So it has to end. It's like enough is enough. I don't know who that's for, but enough is enough. 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups. So what's trying to happen here is we're trying to reverse the 2 of Cups. We're trying to make this a whole. We're trying to heal something that is making a whole. We're trying to bring it full circle and regain trust again for somebody. Somebody's trying to regain trust. Well, To regain trust, I don't know who this is for, but to regain trust, you really have to prove yourself, and you have to eliminate all the old bad habits, bad ways. It's sort of like if somebody doesn't want to show their phone and they're on the phone all the time, of course, somebody else is going to think, who are they talking to? Are they cheating? Whatever. However, if that person says, you know what, if you want to play these games, I'm out of here, goodbye. But if that person loved them enough, they'd say, you know what, it's not important. Here, what else do you need? That's proving yourself that you can be trusted. You were talking to your boss or whatever, but the thing is, you don't get mad, you don't get angry. If somebody gets mad and angry because you want to see their phone or what is going on, then there's something to that anger. So, if somebody gets really angry at me or really begins to start getting loud, I'm like, hang on a second, where is this coming from? Because it's not coming from the question I ask you. It's coming from somewhere much deeper, much, much deeper. So, yeah. Two of Pentacles. Juggling, juggling. All right. Let's see what else. And I'm going to go to the universe and see what universe has to say, what the planets have to say next. Is there anything else, Divine, that you want me to share that I have missed? Unconditional love is, I can't remember. If you watch the, Is It Really Love video, it will tell you all the different loves. That's the most ultimate love, number one, to obtain. There's all kinds of other loves, and then everybody has a love language. So that's something that you can learn there. What is your love language, and what is your partner's love language? Because most of the time it's not the same. All right. So this is something about coming circle to fix a relationship. This is perceptions. Ask each other, what are you thinking? What is your perception on this? Because I think we're missing it. And that is going to take strength, power, and courage, because it's going to take a lot of work to do that. All right. All right. So let's see what the universe has to say. Oh my gosh. Dudes. Can't doubt your intuition, whoever is. This is if you're thinking that somebody's doing something they shouldn't, you're probably right. You got to follow your intuition, but how you handle it is going to be really the delicate part, because it's going to change your world. So just remember, whatever comes out of your mouth could change the world for the better, or your world, your journey for the better, or it could change it for the worse. But I can't make this up, because the card that came out is strength. All right. And strength is about your progress. Strength is about your rewards. Strength is about growing. Strength is about, taking the bull by the horns and just shaking it and just pushing that bull back. That's the old that needs to go. The new that needs to come is, I don't know, beautiful white horse coming through or something. I don't know where that came from. However, it is all about strength and power. I'm going to tell you, I've been watching a bunch of videos on some astrologers and stuff. And you know what? The strength and the power in these planets is phenomenal, because we're coming up to a lot of squaring of planets this month in February. I think it's the 17th and 18th. And then this is the year, when we square a planet, it means there's conflict. So it is very hard to work through conflict. It's really hard to get rid of the old, because we're stubborn and we want the old way. However, as we want to move forward, like the Chariot wants us to do, we have to change, because the old way of thinking, the old way of communicating, we want to better ourselves. We want to understand each other. We want to make sure that we grow to a higher vibration. So it is really, really hard, and it does take strength and courage to keep going. And that's what everybody can do. Everybody can do this. You know why? Because I did it. My life was way back here, and let me tell you, you get hit in the face by divine, or spanked divine, or thrown down by divine, and it's either wake up or you're headed to the toilet. And you listen. And let me tell you, my life changed 180, 100%. I have so much peace and joy and happiness. And any struggle, any challenge, anything like that comes through, it's not smooth, but it is more like this. Whereas if I go back to the way I was, that is the roller coaster of human thinking, and life is toilet. So anyway, so Cancers, this is your reading. I hope something resonated with you. Again, if it didn't resonate with you, maybe it will with somebody you come in contact with this week. Share it with them, even if it's not their sign. Maybe there's something there, or go to the playlist, and if there's one of the free videos, there's also Get Balanced 2020. I think I have like 80 videos on there, or 78 videos on there, on communication and just mindset, spirituality, and also nutrition and fitness. So go on there, whatever resonates with you, and take a peek at one of those. But check the playlist out below, and I hope the reading helped. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the 22nd. All right, take care.